Okay, we are live.
Great, thank you, Eileen. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tara Thompson. If you don't know me, I'm chairing the meeting today since Raphael is absent. I think we can go ahead and call this meeting to order. Do we have a quorum, Eileen?
We do.
Great.
All right, so I will go ahead and do roll. Chair Thompson.
Here.
Member Rumble. Member Rumble.
Here.
Thank you. Member Pace.
Here.
Member Renteria. Member Renteria.
Can you hear me?
We can, thank you.
Okay.
And alternate member Lennon.
Here.
Wonderful. Let the record reflect that all members, I apologize. Member Pace, I apologize for not checking to see that you were here.
Oh, yes, here.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that all members are here with the exception of member Rivero. Thank you so much.
And Anderson?
Oh my goodness. And member Anderson is also not present.
Great. I'll go ahead and read the government code section and then we'll proceed with the meeting. Thank you all for attending today. So pursuant to Government Code Section 54953E and the recommendation of the Health Officer of the County of Sonoma, the Santa Rosa Tourism Business Improvement Area Advisory Board members will be participating in this meeting via Zoom webinar. Members of the public may view and listen to the meeting as noted on the city's website and as noted on the agenda. Eileen, could you please review how the public may comment in today's meeting?
Certainly, members of the public can participate in the meeting virtually via Zoom or by dialing in to 669-219-2599. And when we reach public comment or a specific item that they would like to comment on, they can press *9 and will be given permission to speak and provide comment. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Eileen. We'll go ahead and move on to item 2, public comments. This is the time when any person may address matters not listed on this agenda, but which are within the subject matter of the jurisdiction. The public may comment on agenda items when the item is called. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes. Eileen, do we have any public comments for this, general public comments today?
We do not have any raised hands, nor do we have any voicemails or emails for this call.
Great, thank you. Moving on to item 3, approval of minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes today. Copies have been distributed for your review. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of March 24th? If not, then do I have a motion to approve the minutes as written?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Donna. Eileen, could you please take a quick roll call vote, please?
Certainly. Member Rumble.
Aye.
Member Pace.
Aye. Here.
Member Renteria.
Here. Aye.
Member Anderson, we are approving the, there's a motion to approve the meeting minutes for March 24th of 2022. Do you approve those minutes as well?
Yeah, I caught that.
You just went on mute, so
I apologize. I'm having technical difficulties over here. Yeah, I approve.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Chair Thompson.
I approve. However, I think Member Pace should be abstaining as he was not present at that meeting.
Oh, thank you so much. I apologize. That is correct.
Great. Thank you for taking the roll. And the next set of minutes are for April 11th. This was a special meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes? I actually do have one correction, Eileen. I was not in attendance at that meeting. So can the minutes be amended to reflect that I was not there?
Absolutely.
Any other corrections? Great. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes as amended then?
Moved.
Great, thank you. Second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. And could you take another roll call vote, please, Eileen?
Certainly. Member Rumble.
Aye.
Member Renteria.
Here.
And Member Anderson?
Yeah,
Thank you. Let the record reflect that the minutes have been approved as amended.
Thank you so much, Eileen. And I think we just need to note that I am an abstaining vote, as so is Member Pace.
Wonderful. I will make that
Aye.
noted.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to our event support applications today. We have 3 event support applications. However, I suggest that the board consider item 4.3 for the Beer City event at the next meeting. Since the actual application was not attached to the agenda that was sent out to board members, I don't know if all of you had adequate time to look at that just before the meeting today. So since that event is not proposed until February 2023, I think there's still adequate time to review, and I would suggest that we bump that to the next meeting. So let's just go to item 4.1, which is the request for Beer Fest, the good one, taking place at the Luther Burbank Center for the Arts on June 11th. They are requesting $5,000 for general event costs. Their anticipated attendance is 1,000 people. They did not include an estimated number of room nights to be generated. Those are just some of the highlights, but are there any questions from the board about this request? Oh, you're muted, Todd.
I was just kind of curious if we could get a review on what our current funding is at.
Sure. I
Current
believe
level.
to date, and Peter, if you have different records, let me know, but what we show is that we've allocated $25,000 to events so far in 2022.
And how much is left?
I believe we have 25,000 left. So with the total annual budget of 50,000. Is that correct, Peter?
I don't have the number in front of me, but that sounds, sounds
Okay.
right.
That's what Raphael told me yesterday, was 25,000 available.
Excellent. Great. Yeah, that's what I have too. If there aren't any specific questions about the beer fest, the good one, then before a motion is made, I just want to make sure that any public could make comments for this item. Eileen, do we have any members of the public wishing to comment on this item?
We have no raised. Oh, I apologize. Yes, we do have someone calling in. Let me just go ahead and provide that individual.
I think Gary is the applicant for this one, so it would be appropriate for him to make a public comment at this time.
Absolutely. And Gary, you have permission to speak if you would like to proceed.
Okay, thank you. Can you all hear me? Am I unmuted?
You are.
Great. Anyway, I just want to thank you for taking this request. You have been on board with us in years past, and of course, due to COVID, we haven't done this event for the past 2 years. So we're more than excited to bring the event back. Attendance so far is looking great. For where we are with ticket sales right now, we're about at close to 700 tickets as of this morning, where typically most of, as past years, most tickets sell within the last week, 10 days of the event. So we think we're going to get at least 1,000, if not more. We have 45 vendors and about 6 different food vendors, in a great location at Luther Burbank. And we would so appreciate the support to help, offset the costs of the event, to help us with more of our, the ability to raise more funding for our organization. So we really do appreciate the support from Santa Rosa for this annual event. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Gary. Well, before we can discuss, a motion should be made. Does anyone want to make a motion for supporting this event? Then we can discuss. You going, Peter?
Nobody fight for the opportunity. So just to get the conversation going, I do think we ought to talk about the number, but I'll just go ahead and move at the requested amount of 5,000, just so we can start talking about it and recognizing we might come to a different number there.
Great. I'll go ahead and second that and open discussion. So any thoughts on this one? I do have in my notes that the event support in the past was in 2019, $1,500, and in 2020, $3,200. So just for a little bit of history there. Anyone have any thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are, I think it's a great event. My concern is that it's already a peak weekend for us, hotel wise. We're already going to sell out. I'd be in favor of approving like maybe 1,500 or something like that again.
Donna, did you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I wouldn't do any more than 1,500 myself. Like Todd said, we're sold out that weekend anyway. Not like it's helping us.
Yeah, I want to just chime in here that while I understand those are your primary concerns with event support, that's not really the entirety of the program for event support. We're really trying to look a little bit broader at Santa Rosa as a destination for tourists, and having viable and good, worthy community events help that overall. It's not only about the date. In fact, the date of an event is not a criteria for awarding event support. So while I understand maybe less than 5,000 might be more comfortable, if there are other concerns that maybe could be addressed rather than just the event date, I'd be interested in looking at that. Otherwise, I would prefer to see a little bit more support towards this event.
So we're not voting to approve the event. The event is happening. It's just on the amount of money to sponsor it, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Does the chair have a alternate number in mind?
I think it would be great if we met or came close to our 2019 level, which was 3,200. So 3,000 perhaps.
And may I comment?
Yes, go ahead, Charlene.
I just want to add that it's been a delight working with Gary and face-to-face. This is an incredible program that helps the community and supports, what they're doing, which is great work, as well as the marketing benefits from Beer City, right? That's what Santa Rosa has been doing, and we've been promoting through so many efforts, and this event adds to that and adds to what we can promote and push out in regards to our destination, as well as the fact that we are world renowned for craft beer. So I think it's a fantastic event. I understand the timing in peak season, but it's an outdoor event at Luther Burbank Center. It's a great event. I've been to it. And I think it should be supported.
I agree that it should be supported, but the other concern I have is that we're in May. We've already spent half of our budget, and we have another beer festival that's going to be on the next meeting, it looks like, plus 2 more events that we still have to, or at least 1 more event that we need to look at. And we've already spent half our money. I think that we need to conserve a little bit and see who else would like support as well.
Yeah, understood. Thanks all for chiming in. Oh, Tony, did you want to go ahead?
Yeah, just, with the upcoming months, as Member Anderson mentioned, how many more events do we plan on discussing, and how much possibly would be asked for? I guess that would give us a better idea of whether to say, anything should be contributed for this event, because we might have to turn something down later on in the year. I guess that's probably what.
Yep.
But I agree with Charlene. We're kind of piggybacking on promotion for this being a beer destination. And so I agree, something should be, I think, help the event.
Great, thank you. Well, would 2,000 be adequate for everyone? Is that a little bit higher than what you said, Todd, but is that acceptable to you and Donna?
Yeah,
I'd
I'd be
be
willing
okay with
for
two.
2,000.
Okay, so I guess the question is back to you, Peter, since you made the motion for 5,000, would you accept a friendly amendment to go to 2,000?
Would.
Okay, and since I seconded, I also agree. So I believe now we can take a vote. Eileen, could you do that for us?
Absolutely. Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Pace,
Aye.
Member Renteria,
Aye.
Member Rumble.
Aye, I made the motion.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right.
And Chair Thompson, I know you seconded, but
Yes, I approve.
let the record reflect that the amended amount of 2,000 support has been approved for this event.
Great, thank you, everyone. All right, item 4.2 is a request for Snoopy's 44th annual Senior World Hockey Tournament taking place at Snoopy's home ice, July 7 through 17th. They are requesting $30,000 to go towards the cost of EMTs, swag for the event, barbecue equipment, and supplies. Their anticipated attendance is 150,000 people, and they estimate generating about 3,500 room nights. Are there any questions about the board, from the board about this event before we go to discussion?
Previous amounts contributed by the city?
Yeah, thanks for that. My records show that in the last event support that was approved was in 2018 for 7,500. Any questions specific to this? Otherwise, we can go to public comment. I believe the applicant is on the call. Okay, we'll go ahead and go to public comment for item 4.2. Eileen?
Tomorrow, you have been given permission to speak if you would like to proceed.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for considering this event. We, of course, are very excited to have it back. This will be since we had a closure with our rink floor and 2 lovely years of COVID. The teams are clamoring to get back on the ice, and they come from all over the world, as you already know from the application. It's just been such a joy to get to know these groups and how excited they are to come back to Santa Rosa. This is a tradition that they've been having. This will be the 44th annual. So it's something that they look forward to year round, and they come from everywhere. And like you saw in the application, we have, close to 3,500 room nights. And then also we have about 400 folks that actually camp in the area versus hotels. And can you imagine 11 days of Santa Rosa time, and then the restaurants and everything else. So we're looking forward to this large group coming in, and we hope for your support, and we thank you for your consideration.
Thank you so much, Tamara. I'll bring it back to the board. Does anyone wish to make a motion to get our discussion started? Again, they are requesting $30,000.
I'd be delighted to make the motion. And again, just to get the ball rolling in conversation, I'll move for the requested amount.
Great. Do I have a second for discussion?
We don't have the requested amount, do we?
I didn't hear the amount.
The amount is $30,000, and
Oh, I
again,
know.
it's just to get discussion
The
started.
Yeah, the motion's to open up the conversation, Todd.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'll go ahead and second again, and now open discussion. So thoughts on a more appropriate amount that we could do for this year?
Well, since we don't have 30,000, I think it's a great event. I like the fact that it's 10 days long. I was thinking 5 is off the top of my head. I think it's a great event. It brings in people from all over the place and they stay for a lengthy amount of time. So that my thought is 10 off the top of my head.
Oh, 10 or 5? Sorry. Did you, I think you said
No, I
5
meant 5, I'm
initially.
sorry. Yeah, 5 is what I meant. I
Okay,
apologize.
just checking. Any other thoughts on that?
I was thinking more like what we did in 2018, the 7,500.
Okay.
And I sure liked the slip of the tongue 10, better than all. So I'd really encourage us to stretch on this one. Snoopy's has been just a fantastic partner, and this is a great event. And I would really, particularly coming out of a couple tough years, really encourage us to try to stretch a little bit on this one.
I would be okay with 75.
Can I get 10?
You know, that just doesn't leave us much left to play with for anything else that comes along.
Yeah,
I would say 10, absolutely, but I'm just thinking what we have left to play with.
and
Definitely bring some hotels lots of business. So, I mean,
and I'm not, and I don't want us to be at the end of the year, waiting to fund an event that doesn't happen, right? So if,
true.
We're conserving for something that we don't know, right, is going to come. We do have another application that we're putting off that happens in 2023, a brand new year, right? So.
Right, and to clarify, when we do look at that item, I think what we would say is that we could approve it, but the funding would come out of next year's budget. So I don't know how that's been done in the past. I need to confirm with Raphael, but that would be my first inclination of how we would handle that one. So it doesn't have to come out of this year's remaining budget.
And then I don't know, Charlene, do you have any kind of vision on what might be coming down the pike?
Yeah, I know that one that we've funded in the past is the Heirloom Expo that happens in September, and it looks like they've postponed that event until 2023. So that would be another large one. I will say about, again, Snoopy's Home Ice and everyone there, it's incredible to work with them. We work with them all year long on many things. And this is a Super Bowl sporting event for us. This is an incredible opportunity. It's from July 7th through the 17th. I mean, it involves weekend, weekday, and the economic impact for the area is huge. So I would, highly recommend giving as much as we can, obviously being responsible with the funds that we have. So.
And so just to reiterate, the funds are going to be used for EMTs to be on site as well as barbecue equipment?
Correct, and it looks like they also listed some swag items, t-shirts, hats, things like that.
I have to agree with no. Well, I mean, at least 10,000 probably.
My other concern is, am I muted again?
No, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh, good. My other concern is, I mean, normally when we stipulate funds for these events, they're typically used for marketing outside of Sonoma County. I'm not sure. And maybe that's not necessary for this event because, it's, all the teams are, they already know if they're coming or not. I was just thinking out loud. Is there any marketing that they're doing, do we know, for this event outside of the area?
Let me get their application open and I can see if I can find anything related to that. They did not list any marketing or advertising in the answer to the question, how will these funds be used? But they do talk about 70% of their attendees come from outside the region already, with 30% attendees of attendees from within Sonoma, Napa, Marin counties. And they show the estimated room nights based on 2018 numbers. They're already in conversations with the Flamingo and the Hyatt for hotel rooms. There's not a lot of mention of marketing.
It says that they'll be sharing the news of the event via press release and social and print. In the history of the event, we anticipate North Bay Radio, TV, and print to report on.
So I
So
will
if we
say,
did 10,000, we'd be down to what, 13,000 left for the rest of the year? And then
Yeah.
Charlene, do you know of any more events other than, I guess the Heirloom Festival's been canceled, but any other events that might be coming or asking for funds?
one that's happening next month is Country Summer, and we are not, they haven't come forth this year, and that usually was a big ask. So that's the other one. And then, as we may be looking at winter lights towards the end of the year. I will say in regards to marketing for Snoopy's Home Ice for the senior hockey tournament, because this has been a long-standing event and teams want to come, the marketing aspect in that regard isn't there. But I will say the marketing aspect of obviously all those people coming in year after year and talking about the destination and telling all their friends to come here and making it so that other teams really want to get into this tournament and come is great, as well as we use it, right? I mean, it becomes part of our resume, and we're talking about it when we're out there, that we have this incredible facility that hosts these types of events. So
Would they be willing to put our logo or anything like that, on their team stuff if we did the 10?
Yeah, they talk very detailed actually about how they will demonstrate sponsorship. So let me get that section open. It says, in exchange for your support, visit City of Santa Rosa and Visit Santa Rosa will be one of the presenting sponsors of the tournament. Our logos will be on print materials, website recognition on 3 rink boards, which surround the ice during play, on all sponsor thank yous. I mean, there's quite a long list of placement.
I'd be all right with 10.
Great. It sounds like we have support for 10. So Peter, would you accept that friendly amendment to your motion?
Gladly.
I'll accept it as the second. So again, the motion is to provide $10,000 of support towards this event. And Eileen, could you please take a vote?
Yes. Member Anderson, I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Aye.
Aye. Member Renteria,
Aye.
Member Pace,
Aye.
and as both Member Rumble and Chair Thompson have obviously already put this forward, let the record reflect that the amended event support has been approved.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. So because we will be pushing the item 4.3 for the Beer City event support to the next meeting, I believe we can go ahead and adjourn unless there are any questions from the board. Okay. Well, thank you all for your time today. I will see you at the next one. Meeting